Hi, welcome to this video explaining how to use the Employee Information System software or the EIS software. This specific EIS software was done for a firm called MAGWORKS. It consists of two apps as shown below in the video. One is the MAGWORKS admin, which is the admin version of the app, and the other is MAGWORKS underscore employee, which is the employee version of the app. In the admin version, one gets to upload content to the database. It is meant for the employer. In the employee version, one gets to read the contents of the database. It is meant for the employee. For the backend, we use Firebase database from Google. Please make sure that the admin version of the app stays with the admin alone and is not distributed among employees. First, let us look at the admin version of the app. First, there would be a sign in page where you can sign in using your Gmail account. So that after signing in, you would be taken to the home page where you can see a welcome message saying welcome to MAGWORKS Employee Information System admin version. And in the options menu, you can see various things like add login, add notification, add employees, etc. We'll look at each of them now. Let us look at the add login section. In the login section, one gets to upload the Gmail IDs of the employees who can log in into the MAGWORKS underscore employee app and access the database. As you can see here, there are two buttons. First one is the add Gmail ID button, using which one can add one Gmail ID at a time. Second one is the choose file button, using which you can add multiple Gmail IDs which are stored in a text file. First, let us look at how to use the add Gmail ID button. So just type in the Gmail ID here. Make sure that there is no space at the end. Make sure that there is no space and then touch the add Gmail ID button. You can see that the email ID has been successfully uploaded. Look at how to use the choose file button. As I mentioned earlier, choose file button is used to upload multiple Gmail IDs from a text file. So let us look at how the text file looks like. So first open the internal storage. So in that, locate a folder called EIS. If it doesn't exist, create it. In that, use a text file called logins.txt. If it doesn't exist, create it. So if you look at the format of logins.txt, it would look something like this. So see, in this specific logins.txt, we have three Gmail IDs: abc@gmail.com, def@gmail.com, ghi@gmail.com. You can see that the successive Gmail IDs are separated by an empty line, and also please make sure that the line containing the Gmail ID does not have any spaces. Let's upload the Gmail IDs in bulk now. Use the choose file button. From that, just go to the internal storage, go to the EIS folder, select the logins.txt file, and once you can see that three logins have been selected here. And if the login text file has been formatted properly, then you can see that whatever your Gmail IDs you have typed there will get displayed here. Also, you can search for them. Let's say if we search for DE, you can see that def@gmail.com is displayed. And next, once you touch the add logins button, you can see that all the three logins have been added to the database successfully. Let us now look at how to add notices. So first, choose the add notification option. So again, you can either type the content or choose from a text file. So let's type the content first. Test one. Next, Monday is a holiday. Okay, and then just let's add it, and you can see that the notification has been added successfully. Otherwise, you can choose to add from a text file. Let's have a look at the text file first. So go to my files. So in the internal storage, in the EIS folder, there's something called as notification.txt. So you can see that in this text file we have something like notice to next Monday there is a party in office. So you can choose the text file here. Again, let's go to that file. So just choose file option, and choose the notification.txt, and you can see that the contents of the text file are being displayed here just for verification. And after that, just click on the add button, and you can see that the notification has been added successfully. The same approach applies to adding holiday list and adding organization rules as well. Next, let us look at how to add employees to the database. So just select the add employees option, and you can see that there are several fields where you can type in and add the employee, or you can choose to add from a text file. So let us type in first. So let's say the name as Lata, designation as manager, and department as electric electrical, reporting to Sumit, location Hyderabad, India, mobile number 9849112427, email ksl@magworks.com, and here the login email. See, I think the login email should be the same Gmail ID which the employee uses to log in. So in this case it was Kamatam Sonalata 66 at the rate of gmail.com, and just tap the add employee button, and you can see that the employee has been added successfully. Let us now upload in bulk. Let's say we want to upload 3 employees at the same time. Let's look at how the text file looks like. So go to the internal storage. So in that, choose the EIS folder, and once you open the employees.txt file, you can see that there are 3 blocks in this text file, each block corresponding to each employee. And you can see that the successive blocks are separated by an empty line, and within each block, let's take the first block, there are like 8 entries. The first line in the first block corresponds to the name of the employee. In the first block, you can see that K Suresh is the name of the employee. The second line corresponds to his designation. The third line corresponds to his department. The fourth line is the name of the person whom he is reporting to. The fifth line is the location at which the person stays. The sixth line is his mobile number. The seventh line is his company email ID, and the eighth line is the login Gmail ID. So once you have the text file formatted correctly, then we can so just use the choose file button, and next the employees.txt. You can see that if the file has been formatted correctly, you can see that the same entries appear in the screen here, and you can also search for them. For example, let's say search for Suresh, and the name only Suresh is displayed here. So search is based on name here, and then you touch on add employees button, and you can see that all the 3 employees have been added successfully. Look at how to add leaves now. So choose the add leaves option. Again, you can either choose to type in to add a single leave application, or you can choose to upload from a text file where you can add multiple leave applications. Let's choose the type in option first. So let's say we typed in the Gmail ID. Make sure there's no space at the end, and then we type in the content. 1st July 2021. Just hit the add button, and you can see that the leave has been added successfully. Also, you can choose to upload from a file. Let's say we are uploading 3 leave applications at the same time. Let's look at how the text file looks like. So go to the internal storage, go to the EIS folder, and open the leaves.txt file. You can see that in the leaves.txt file there are 3 blocks, with each block corresponding to each leave application. So if you look at the first block, the first line is the login Gmail ID of the employee swarna@gmail.com, and the last line is a special character sequence called 20134 hash hash. So even if you look at the second block, the first line is the login Gmail ID of the employee and the last line is 20134 hash hash. And between in every block between the login Gmail ID and the special character sequence 20134 hash hash, you can type in whatever you want to. Like for example, in the first block I have typed in 3 days from 1st July 2021 to 3rd July 2021. So let's say once the text file is ready, you can go back to the app and just hit the choose file option and choose the leaves.txt. so you can see if the leaves.txt file is formatted correctly, the entries would appear in the same way as what they appeared in the leaves.txt file. Also make sure that the login email IDs have already been added to the database, and also the employees have been already added to the employee directory. So again, you can search using the Gmail IDs. So if you like type SWA, the name swarna@gmail.com is displayed. Next, just hit on the add leaves button and you can see that the 3 leaves have been added successfully. So a similar approach applies to adding paychecks, adding items possessed, and adding other as well. Another point I wanted to add regarding erroneous uploading is that let's say we are trying to upload a leaves.txt file in which the login Gmail ID is erroneous. For example, let's take this case, go to leaves, open the leaves.txt, and you can see that there are 4 blocks here. The first 2 and the last one corresponds to kamtamswarnalata66@gmail.com. It's a genuine user, but the third one is a wrong email ID, random@gmail.com. so what happens when you do such a mistake? So how does the app respond? Let's look into that. So let's open the app. So add leaves, choose file. So choose the leaves.txt. You can see that all the 4 are listed. You can see that the third one is wrong, random@gmail.com. and what if we still go ahead and try to add these leaves? Then it will display error saying that the 2 leave applications are, that is the first 2 corresponding to kamtamswarnalata66@gmail.com, which are prior to random@gmail.com, are uploaded successfully. But it is asking to check the login Gmail ID random@gmail.com if it's correct or not. So that you need to edit in either in the text file or in the employees logins or emp ID section of the database. So once you do that, also finally you can sign out of the. Now let us look at how to use the MAGWORKS_employee app. So let's open the app. So first there will be a sign in button, so just press the sign in button, and then here you have to choose a Gmail ID which has already been added to the login section of the database. So since we have already added kamtamswarnalata66@gmail.com, so let's say that, let's use that, and you can see that the sign in has been successful. Here you can see the list of notices by hitting the notifications, but I can see the 2 notices which are typed in. Next Monday is a holiday, notice to next Monday there is a party in office. Also, if you can look at the employee list, you can see that all the 4 employees which we have just added are being displayed here. Also, you can look at the list of leave applications this person has made. So if when she touches on the leaves option, you can see that she has put in 1 leave application for 2 days from 1st July to 2nd July 2021, and finally you can sign out. So finally, let us look into how to use the database. Basically, when you open the console of the Firebase, so it looks something like this. So here this is corresponding to the MAGWORKS MAGWORKS project, and if you want to open the database, so he in this page you're basically getting an overview. And so if you look at the database, so it has sections like the MPIDs, employees, holidays, items processed, leaves, logins, notifications, organization rules, others, and paychecks. So in paychecks, for example, you can get to see the paycheck of the employee. So we have added one paycheck for kamtamswarnalata66@gmail.com, that can be checked here. Or for example, leaves. So we have added 3 leaves for kamtamswarnalata366@gmail.com, so they can be checked here. Also, if you want, you can edit them. Also, you can notice that once when a leave is added, or when a paycheck is added, or when a item processed is added, or when a other is added, the same thing also gets listed in the employee section also. So this is the employee, so the section. So this is corresponds to kamtamswarnalata66@gmail.com. So you can see that her leaves, there's a copy of the leave also is been uploaded here. So if you want to delete a leave, so you have to delete it in the leave section as well as in the employees section. So you can see this is the item processed item processed entry, which is added in the item processed section as well as in the employee section. So you need to delete it both in the item processed section and here and in the employee section as well, in case you want to delete it. So also we can see the list of other employees we have added here. This corresponds to ksuraj@gmail.com. so you can see the list of employees here. Also in the MPIDs section, you will get to see the list of the employee IDs. Basically for ksuri@gmail.com, his employee ID in the employees node corresponds to EMPIDS_ID. This is the employee ID of ksuri@gmail.com in the employee section. It's mainly it helps in coding point of view, so nothing much useful here in MPID section from editing point of view. Also, if you look at logins, see this login section consists of the list of logins, list of login Gmail IDs which are authorized to use the MAGWORKS employee app. So in this case, we have authorized kamtamswarnalata@666@gmail.com. So whenever you add somebody new, it gets added here. If you want to delete it, you just have to delete it here. So you just press on the cross button and delete it, and it gets deleted. So the logins has vanished. So when you add someone, it automatically gets added here. Also, I mean, you can see the list of holidays also. You have uploaded one holiday here. So next Monday there's a party in office, so even that got added here. So all these things get added here. Also in organization rules, you get to see the organization rules here. Whatever organization rules you have added gets listed here. Also, if you want to learn about how to use Firebase, then there are plenty of videos available on YouTube. You can look into them. Finally, one last thing, and the last thing and an important thing which I want to say is that you must back up your database before you make any editing of the database. So I'll show you how to do make a backup copy of your database. So go here and export JSON. So save file. So just save file wherever you want to save. So you can see that it would have been saved in the downloads folder here. Also, if you want to replace the current version of the database with the backed up version of the database, just delete the database here and import JSON. So I already have a backed up version on my desktop. This, and I'll import that. You see that it gets imported here. So always remember, before making any changes to a database, please make sure that you have a backup copy so that you can revert back to the original copy if there is any problem. Thank you.